Welcome to Lafayette, Louisiana, home to the Ragin' Cajuns of the University of Louisiana and the site of the clash we have in store for you today. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the UNLV Rebels, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Line gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Carter. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, the defense is going to sit back in zone. You know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
To the air, it's Fields. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. He'll get rid of it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Ragin' Cajuns will line up to punt it away. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the returner goes down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Now they'll try the right side. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Handoff to the single back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Trying to move the sticks on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for room. It's Thomas. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He wants to throw. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, this guy's really feeling it. Of course, last week he had 2 sacks, and here he is in this one registering his first. This guy very quickly is making a name for himself as one of the best pass rushers in college football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's open on the right. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Running back searching for a hole. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, but just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on 1st down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on 2nd down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Coming after him. He'll pull it down. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on 4th.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job.
He'll off one deep down the left side. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
On the run, it's Thomas. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Fires to the tight end. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Looking for a crease. It's James. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Wants to throw on third down. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One thing you can never take for granted defensively is the ability to make tackles in space. That was not easy. That's a running back catching the ball out on the perimeter of the field on third down. He's used to making people miss and looking silly. Great job using fundamentals to get him down, setting up for him.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Virginia is being brought out back behind the woodshed right now. This is cover your eyes, hug your loved ones territory. A real shame. They're trailing by 35 to Liberty. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Fast motion from the offense. On the move. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Fields. It's complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. He knew the heat was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfect. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down.
The expressway is wide open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
And the Raging Cajuns have it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Looking for the end zone on second and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point makes it 7-3. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
3.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner is stopped.
You know, a lot of offensive coordinators script the first, 5 to 10 to 15 plays. You don't usually draw that up for inside your own 10. Bad field position to start. This offense needs to come out, get a few positive plays first to get out the shadow of your own end zone.
Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They have just 3 measly points on the board, but trying to cobble a little something together here before halftime.
Yeah, make something happen. And listen, if I'm this defense, I want to keep them right where they're at. Done a great job all game keeping them in check. Don't let them get some cheap points going into the half, get momentum, and start feeling confident about themselves.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. They'll give it to the back. Still running at the 40. He's now up to 58 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, running back on the move. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quick strike complete. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
A loss of 9 on the play. 2nd down coming up.
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down from the 16. Dropping back, it's Fields. Feeling some heat. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Man, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fires on the move. Intercepted. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. ready to return to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Caught in the backfield. It's James. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He leaves it with his back. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the move, it's James. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
What a snag by the defense. Bringing it back at the 20. Touchdown, Cajuns. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. And the PAT makes it 14-6. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Southern Miss is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by 10 to South Alabama. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. With the catch, it's White. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. They're trying to get to him. Grabbed in the backfield. It's James. And he's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Trying to show their strength with the run on 4th down. And the Rebels have enough for the first down.
And the gamble pays off, David. Not a lot of programs, not a lot of coaches would want to go for it down deep in their own end like that, but they turn around to hand it off, and hey, they get the first down.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's analytics that say go for it, and there's spreadsheets that say go for it. It's becoming the norm, but, man, there's obviously a lot of risk, a lot of reward. But it doesn't matter because you got the first down, a new set of downs. Now go take this thing down.
Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Still on his feet at the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll throw it on first down. That's caught. It's James.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Kept it, and he's past the marker. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
The give to the tailback. They wrestle him down after he picks up 6 inside the 20 and down at the 18. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Louisiana 14, UNLV 6.
They believe they can run right here. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And this is a significant moment for this offense. Down 8, 1st and goal, needing a touchdown and a 2 to tie. Got it behind the line. It's James. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They've had to settle for a couple of field goals on 3 previous red zone trips. They'd love to get it in on 2nd and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Got his man quickly. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
The Raging Cajuns have their offense in high gear. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Pressure coming. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Back to throw, it's Fields. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it on the run. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it. Move.
Running toward the tape. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, trailing late here in the fourth quarter, what an effort catching the ball in the middle of the field, knowing he's got to try to save as much clock as he can, and he's able to get himself out of bounds and do just that. That was incredible.
He's taking the shot. Grabs it inside the 10. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They want to just keep throwing him. Setting up the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, this defense is extremely disciplined. Right there, first down, screen pass. It doesn't fool them. Nice play.
On second down, wants to throw. They've got the screen set up. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. The corners are walked up tight. Looking to the end zone on third and goal. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Touchdown.
And I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
After the score, they need this two-point conversion to tie. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's not going to get there. The defense coming up with a big stop to hold on to this two-point lead deep in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. One possession game, getting late, first order of business, just take care of the football.
So they call this situation 4-minute offense, where you're trying to run the football and throw high percentage passes to maintain possession and bleed the clock. This is a very difficult point of the game to execute at a high level, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, what you understand as an offense is if I get 1 or 2 first downs, this ball game's over. And that's your sole objective. Not scoring, take care of the football, get a few first downs, walk out with the W.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Fields. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Oh, my goodness. What you couldn't do. Make this mistake late in the ball game. Now, your defense better go bail you out and make a play because that was a critical turnover.
Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. There is plenty of time here, David, to finish this thing off. They just need to execute wisely.
Plenty of time. I've got to understand a field goal is not the worst thing in the world. Let's be smart here. Use the clock, stay aggressive, but don't get reckless, Paul.
And don't be afraid to go back to the well. What's been working for you in offense up to this point? Don't be afraid to go out and try and execute those plays here.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. What they would give to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down. From here, it would be a 55-yarder. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with the Velvet.
And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. And this to take the lead, and it's getting late. Oh, the attempt is no good. And with that miss, still down by a deuce and missing an opportunity to take the lead. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. So still a two-point game here, and you'd like to give your defense a little pat on the back by following their stop with a score, Jesse.
Yeah, and I feel like the offense here, they sense this opportunity, right, David? They know if they go score, they put themselves in a position to win.
And you put your defense in a great spot. I want to be up in the fourth quarter. If they can put a drive together here, up by a touchdown, I like my chances.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third and short now from their own 48. He'll keep it on the sneak.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Raging Cajuns inside the final minute, trying to protect the lead and the ball. Give to the running back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll ride Davis here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the game. He's going to bring it out from deep. Didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. The Wolverines' offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And here's the man they want to get the ball to in this passing game. This is the type of receiver, David, when he's covered, he's still open.
He's still putting that hand up in the air. Coach, I'm still open. And more importantly, his quarterback knows that. They're going to move him all over the field. They're going to feature him on offense. They're going to make sure he gets a lot of touches, whether he's open or whether he's open, because he's always open.
Man, this guy is exciting to watch. When he has the ball in his hands, he can make magic happen. They're going to throw it to him. They're going to hand it off to him. They're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways, and they're doing it early in this game.
Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary